In the grand tapestry of human, spiritual and philosophical exploration, two traditions stand out for their depth and enduring wisdom: Hermeticism and Stoicism. Hermeticism, born in the Greco-Egyptian syncretism of the early centuries, speaks of a universe governed by principles that are as mental and spiritual as they are physical. Its texts, attributed to the mythical Hermes Trismegistus, offer keys to understanding the cosmos and our place within it. On the other hand, Stoicism, a philosophy that flourished in the Hellenistic period and then in Rome, teaches the development of self-control and fortitude as a means to overcome destructive emotions. It's a philosophy of personal ethics informed by its system of logic and its views on the natural world. While one speaks of universal laws, the other focuses on personal virtue and wisdom. Yet, both guide us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the cosmos, emphasizing the power of the mind and the importance of living in harmony with the universe. The intention of this exploration is to delve into the heart of these ancient teachings, to uncover the principles that they share and the wisdom they offer for our personal growth and understanding. As we journey through each principle, we'll seek not just to understand but also to apply these timeless truths to our lives, finding in them a source of strength, guidance, and enlightenment. The principle of mentalism. In Hermeticism, the principle of mentalism encapsulates the idea that the all is mind. The universe itself is a mental construct of the universal mind, and as such, everything we perceive and experience is a manifestation of this mental reality. This principle suggests that our individual minds are but a fragment of this vast, omnipresent consciousness, and by understanding this, we can begin to grasp the true nature of our reality. Stoicism too recognizes the power of the mind. The Stoics believed that while we may not have control over external events, we do have control over our mind and perceptions. Marcus Aurelius, a notable Stoic, wrote extensively on the idea that our quality of life is determined not by what happens to us, but by how we respond, a concept that closely mirrors the Hermetic view of mentalism. Consider the story of Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust. In the darkest of places, he found the freedom to choose his response to his suffering, a testament to the power of the mind. This reflects the Hermetic principle that even in the face of external chaos, the internal world holds power and potential for creation and transcendence. To cultivate a powerful positive mindset in line with mentalism, one might practice mindfulness meditation, focusing on the present moment and the power of thought. Reflect daily on your thoughts and ask how they shape your perception of the world. Are they limiting you, or are they opening doors to new possibilities? By becoming more aware of the nature of your thoughts, you can begin to align them with the reality you wish to create. The Principle of Correspondence. The Principle of Correspondence, encapsulated in the Hermetic axiom "as above, so below, as below, so above," illustrates the interconnectedness and mirroring of the macrocosm and microcosm. This principle suggests that the patterns we observe in the heavens are reflected on Earth and within our inner psyche. By understanding one level, we gain insight into others. This principle teaches us that nothing exists in isolation. Everything is a reflection of a larger or smaller equivalent. On Stoicism, with its focus on living in accordance with nature and understanding our place within the cosmos, echoes this principle. The Stoics believed that by understanding the natural order and our role within it, we can align ourselves with the flow of the universe, leading to a life of virtue and tranquility. They saw the human soul as a microcosm of the universe, reflecting its rational, ordered nature. Consider the concept of microcosm reflects macrocosm in the design of ancient structures like the pyramids or Stonehenge, where their alignments and shapes mirror celestial patterns. In our personal lives, this might look like recognizing how a calm or chaotic environment affects our mental state. A tidy, harmonious living space, for example, often reflects and encourages a clear, focused mind. To harness this principle, practice reflection on the natural world and its correlation to your inner life. When you observe the seasons change, contemplate the cycles within your own life. Engage in journaling to track these reflections, noting how external changes mirror internal shifts. Cultivate balance in your personal environment, recognizing that harmony or discord around you corresponds to harmony or discord within. The principle of vibration. The principle of vibration is a fundamental concept in Hermeticism that states, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This principle, that the entire universe is in a state of constant motion, and every atom, thought or particle is vibrating at its own unique frequency. It's this vibrational frequency that determines the nature of its manifestation in the physical world. From the tiniest electron to the vastest galaxy, everything is in a state of vibrational energy. The principle of vibration. The principle of vibration is a fundamental concept in Hermeticism that states, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This principle, that the entire universe is in a state of constant motion, and every atom, thought or particle is vibrating at its own unique frequency. It's this vibrational frequency that determines the nature of its manifestation in the physical world. From the tiniest electron to the vastest galaxy, everything is in a state of vibrational energy. While Stoicism doesn't explicitly discuss vibration in the same way, it does recognize the constant flow and change inherent in the universe. The Stoics believed in the Logos, the divine rational principle ordering the cosmos, which could be akin to the underlying vibrational energy that Hermeticism describes. They understood that everything changes and nothing remains static, which aligns with the idea that everything is in a state of vibration and movement. A clear example of vibration in the physical world is music. Each note corresponds to a specific vibration, and changes in these vibrations create different sounds. On a more subtle level, consider the impact of people's vibes or moods. When someone enters a room with a positive high-energy vibe, the whole atmosphere can lift. Conversely, someone's low and negative energy can bring down the mood of those around them. This is the principle of vibration in action in everyday life. To apply the principle of vibration in your life, become more attuned to the vibrations you're emitting and receiving. Practices like meditation and mindfulness can help you attune to your inner vibrations, engaging in activities that raise your vibration, such as spending time in nature, expressing gratitude, or creating and enjoying art and music, can also align you with higher frequencies. Additionally, being conscious of the energy you surround yourself with can help you maintain a higher vibrational state. The principle of polarity. The principle of polarity embodies the idea that everything is dual, everything has poles, and everything has its pair of opposites. However, opposites are identical in nature, differing only in degree. Think of it like a spectrum where two extremes exist, but instead of being separate entities, they are 2 points on a continuum. For example, heat and cold may appear as opposites, but they are simply varying degrees of temperature. This principle teaches us that the things we perceive as contradictions or dichotomies often have a deeper interconnectedness, and that by understanding this connection, we can transcend the limitations often imposed by polar thinking. Stoic parallels. Stoicism teaches the importance of understanding and accepting the dual nature of existence. The Stoics believed in embracing life as it comes, understanding that each situation has its positives and negatives. They sought to maintain a mental state where they could be content in plenty and in want, in joy and in sorrow, embodying a deep understanding of the principle of polarity in their philosophy. Consider the way we experience emotions. Love and hate may seem worlds apart, but they are both intense feelings that we direct towards something or someone. Sometimes, love can turn into hate, or vice versa, indicating that they are not separate forces, but different points on the spectrum of passion. In physics, light and darkness are treated as the polarity of luminance, with darkness being the absence of light. Yet, they define each other and exist in a symbiotic relationship. Understanding this helps us grasp the complex nature of many issues we face in life, where things are not just black and white, but are often shades of grey. To apply the principle of polarity in your life, start practicing the art of mental transmutation, often referred to as alchemy. This means consciously shifting your mental state from one pole to another. When faced with a negative situation, try to find the positive aspect of it, or look for what it can teach you. In moments of anger or despair, remind yourself that these are just one end of a spectrum, and that you have the power to move your emotional state towards calmness or hope. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings, but rather recognizing them as part of a larger whole and choosing where you want to be on that spectrum. The principle of rhythm. The principle of rhythm embodies the idea that everything flows out, and in everything has its tides, all things rise and fall. This principle illustrates the motion between the two poles established by the principle of polarity. It's seen in the constant cycle of growth and decay, the rise and fall of nations, and the ebb and flow of life's circumstances. Just as the seasons change in a never-ending cycle, so too does everything in the universe follow a rhythm or pattern. The Stoics were well aware of life's rhythmic nature and taught the importance of living in harmony with it. They emphasized the idea of amor fati, or love of fate, which encourages embracing the natural flow of life, including its ups and downs. This acceptance allows one to remain equanimous in the face of life's inevitable cycles, resonating with the Hermetic understanding of rhythm. The tides are a perfect example of the principle of rhythm in action. Just as the high tide comes in, it also recedes. In our own lives, we experience periods of activity and rest, happiness and sadness, success and setback. These rhythms are natural, and recognizing them helps us to ride the waves of life more gracefully, rather than resisting the flow. Consider also the patterns of sleep and wakefulness in our daily lives, which not only reflect our personal rhythm, but also the larger universal cycle of day and night. Understanding and respecting these rhythms, rather than fighting against them, can lead to a more balanced and harmonious life. To harmonize with the principle of rhythm, practice mindfulness and awareness of the natural cycles in your life. Keep a journal to track your own rhythms and patterns. This could be emotional cycles, productivity cycles, or even physical ones. By becoming aware of these patterns, you can learn to anticipate them and plan accordingly. Additionally, develop flexibility in your mindset. Understand that nothing is permanent and that change is the only constant. By accepting the natural flow of life, you can maintain your inner peace and adapt more easily to shifting circumstances. When you find yourself at a low point, remind yourself that it's part of a cycle, and a high point will come again. The principle of cause and effect. The principle of cause and effect states that every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause. It suggests that nothing happens by chance. Everything happens according to law. This principle is about the relationship between actions and outcomes. Every action cause generates a force of energy that returns to us in like-kind effect. It's often referred to as the law of karma in Eastern philosophies. In essence, it's the understanding that everything we do, think, or say sets into motion a corresponding reaction. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of actions and their consequences. Stoics believe in taking responsibility for one's actions and understanding that our virtues and vices lead to corresponding outcomes. They understood that while we might not have control over external events, we do have control over our actions and reactions, which in turn shape our destinies. A simple example of this principle in action is the process of learning a skill. The effort and practice cause you put into learning will determine the level of mastery, effect you achieve. Similarly, consider the impact of your words and actions on others, cause, and how they influence the way people respond to you, effect. When you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cause, you gain immediate access to a wealth of information and entertainment, effect. This subscription ensures that you're always informed when we post new content, allowing you to stay connected and up to date with topics that interest and inspire you, enhancing your daily learning and enjoyment. The principle of cause and effect plays a critical role in shaping the world around us. To apply the principle of cause and effect in your life, start by becoming more conscious of your decisions and actions. Before acting, consider the potential effects of your choice. This is not only about avoiding negative consequences, but also about actively creating positive ones. Practicing mindfulness and reflection can help you become more aware of the causative forces you're generating. Also, consider adopting the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, where you contemplate potential negative outcomes of your actions to better prepare for and mitigate them. Finally, understand that while you can't control all the effects you experience, as some are the result of past causes, you can control your response, thus setting in motion new and more positive causes. The principle of gender. The principle of gender states that gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. This principle is not about the biological differences between sexes, but rather about the duality of nature. It's about the active masculine and the receptive feminine forces that exist in all things. In Hermeticism, these energies are necessary for creation and are present in all levels of reality, from the physical to the spiritual. While Stoicism doesn't explicitly discuss the principle of gender in the same terms, it does recognize the importance of balancing different aspects of the self. The Stoics understood the need for action and assertiveness, masculine qualities, as well as for acceptance and receptivity, feminine qualities. They advocated for a balanced life, one that incorporates the virtues of both courage and wisdom, action and reflection. In nature, we see the principle of gender in the pollination of flowers requiring both the masculine, pollen, and feminine, stigma, for the creation of new life. In human endeavors, consider the balance needed between assertiveness, masculine energy, in pursuing goals, and openness, feminine energy to new ideas and collaboration. On a personal level, reflect on your own experiences of creativity, problem-solving, or relationships. When have you felt the need to take assertive action, and when have you benefited from being open and receptive. Understanding and balancing these energies is key to a harmonious and productive life. To apply the principle of gender in your life, start by recognizing and honoring both the masculine and feminine aspects within yourself. Engage in activities that cultivate both sides. For instance, assertiveness training or competitive sports can strengthen masculine energy, while meditation or artistic pursuits can enhance feminine energy. Seek balance in your relationships and endeavors, understanding that both energies are necessary for wholeness. In decision-making, combine assertive action with receptive intuition. In your interactions with others, balance speaking your truth with active listening. Reflect on areas of your life where one energy may dominate and consider ways to introduce the complementary energy. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate or favor one over the other, but to harmonize the two within yourself and your life. We have journeyed together through the ancient wisdom of Hermeticism, exploring its 7 profound principles: mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. These principles offer not just a philosophical outlook, but a practical guide to understanding the cosmos and our place within it. They teach us about the interconnectedness of all things, the power of our minds, the inevitability of change, and the importance of balance and harmony. As we've seen, these Hermetic truths resonate deeply with Stoic philosophy, which also guides us to live with virtue, wisdom, and harmony. Both traditions encourage us to look within, understand our connection to the universe, and live in a way that reflects our deepest truths. As we conclude this exploration, remember that these principles are not merely concepts to understand intellectually, but paths to walk spiritually. They are invitations to a deeper, more conscious way of living. By applying these principles, you can transform your perception of reality, your interactions with others, and your journey through life. Embrace the principle of mentalism and realize your power to shape your reality. Live the principle of correspondence and see the interconnectedness of all things. Harmonize with the principle of vibration and elevate your energy. Navigate the principle of polarity and find balance in the duality. Flow with the principle of rhythm and embrace the cycles of life. Act with the principle of cause and effect in mind and take responsibility for your life. And balance the masculine and feminine within you in accordance with the principle of gender. I invite you to continue reflecting on these principles. Make them a part of your daily contemplation. Observe how they manifest in your life and the world around you. Experiment with them. See what changes they bring and how they deepen your understanding of yourself and the universe. Remember, the path of wisdom is not a destination but a journey. It's a continual process of learning, growing, and evolving. As you integrate these principles into your life, you'll likely find that your perception of the world changes, and with it, your experiences. May your journey through the Hermetic principles bring you greater wisdom, balance, and harmony. May you live a life that reflects the deepest truths of the universe, and may you find peace, joy, and enlightenment on your path. With love and light,